Before starting off with the key design elements of the car, let's check out the key. Because yeah, Kia makes pretty cool keys. This has flip function, controls for the boot, controls for the locks of course. And yeah, this is the car. Now starting off with the design elements of the car, let's first check out this grille, because this is actually a part of the Kia design language, as it is called the Kia Tiger Nose Grille. And then there's this headlamp which is LED in the top spec variant, but this is an HTK plus 5-speed manual 1.2, so this is not the top spec, and it has halogen headlamps. That's it. Still has fog lamps. Good to know that Kia did not miss out on this. Other elements to check out on the front side is the tow hook, and then there's the skid plate, which is of course standard fitment on compact SUVs, because how else are you going to call them SUVs? Anyway, let's move to the second side. Now coming over to the side profile of the car, actually it is good to know that despite being a mid variant, Kia has not fortunately given fender integrated ORVMs, which is like some other manufacturers definitely do. Another thing is the tires are full size 215 16-inch with alloy wheels. This is not a diamond cut one of course like the top spec, but yeah, still does look decent, to be very honest. At least it is not a under-tired unit, it is still a 215 like the top spec variants. Come to the side profile of the car and you notice that yeah, Kia has done a very good job in terms of its design. Front to back, it does look very good. Does not look awkward unlike some of its rivals. And yeah, there are some feel good features as well when you inch closer to the car. One of them of course welcome function for the ORVMs. And then there's these roof rails which are also feel good, because yeah, these are fake. Caution, do not load. You cannot load them, man. Come on Kia. Moving to the quarter panel rear, and yeah, it still does look very good. The rear profile of the car is also very well done, to be very honest. It has sort of that Dodge inspired looks to it, but yeah, it looks good. There's that skid plate of course, a mandatory feature, and these are tail lamps, which of course started the trend of connecting tail lights. Yeah, who else to blame? Anyways, this is something which really suits this car. And what also suits this car, yeah, the boot is open right now, and the boot is a really important part of the car, because you open the boot and you find a lot of material kept here. But yeah, that is because this is a 400-liter boot. Yep, the hinges are of perfect quality. Quickly moving inside the car, and yeah, there are these door protectors which are of course accessorized. Nice elements on the door, that is a good factor. The rear seats, glad to know that there are 3-pointed seat belts, and middle passenger also gets a headrest. Yeah, there's that small window. Entering inside the car and you realize that Kia was actually not lying when they said this car is spacious. Like, it is not very spacious, but yeah, there's no lack of space. The headroom is good. The shoulder room might be a problem for 3 grown-ups, but yeah, that is something which is not really a problem restricted to this car. A lot of cars have them. Doors close with a decent bit of thud, and yeah, that shows the quality is decent. Not very high, but not low either. It is good. Regarding safety though, this car has 6 airbags on the top spec variant right now, 4 airbags on all other trims. And yeah, what it also has is active safety tech as standard. So whatever variant you are picking up, this car is actually very safe to drive. Moving over to the interiors of the car, and you realize that yeah, Kia does actually do interiors very well. Like there's not a single element of this car which I do not like about the interior. And there is of course power window switches. This is for the ORVMs and ORVM selection. This is for ORVM adjustment. And yeah, this is for the auto start stop, headlamp leveling, and that is the manual gearbox. And this is the beautiful Kia steering wheel with digital speedo, which actually does show whichever door is open. Like I'm just going to, and it is going to go through a system check. Not a bad thing at all. It shows exactly what belts are buckled and what are not. So yeah, It is a very good feature of this car. Okay, so starting off to drive this car, first let's buckle up for safety. Yeah, let's go. And yeah, I think the steering is like very light. Starting off with the suspension of this car, it is a little stiffer. The nosedive is a little higher, and yeah, a little bit on the higher side. Maybe that is due to the fact that this is a compact SUV. This is an SUV, but yeah, the ride is a little stiffer on the lower side, which is to aid with the handling of this car, which apparently I have been surprised. The handling is actually very good. Look, portholes, yeah, it does, like, you do feel them, but it does not really matter a lot, because all you're experiencing is not, there is no sort of crashiness in the car. Turning the car around in cities is easy. Okay, talking about the engine now, this is a 1.2 liter manual 5-speed. This is the same engine as a lot of other Kia and Hyundai cars. That's it. I recently drove this engine in the Exter, and then this, it does feel different. Like, of course, in typical 1.2 liter fashion, it is not something that you can push on a long stretch, but when you push the accelerator, this actually does feel good. The car is not very heavy for the engine, so that is something which helps. And when you have to brake, yeah, the feedback is good. There's no complaints on the braking front. And yeah, the all-around visibility of this car is actually very good. Even if I look around for other cars, for other directions while turning, as I have to look there, yeah, the car has spacious windows which can tell me exactly what is happening all around the car. So that is something I appreciate about this car. Let's check out the performance of the car. And when you push this car around, actually you do enjoy the refinement, you enjoy the maturity of this car's comfort. Throw it around and it will be like, okay, cool, sir. Achha, the manual gearbox is absolutely slick. Now, if you want this car, this is also available. This is okay. Brilliant, brilliant, brother, brilliant. Now, when such idiots arrive, you do not have to really be in panic mode. Yeah, this car is good. This car is very good. The AC controls, decent. As AC is powerful enough. I do not really have any problem with the car's AC. That is the i20, which has the same engine as this, but yeah, this feels a lot livelier. Look, even if you want to hoon around in the car, you can easily do that. But yeah, you should not hoon around. That is a brand new Kia Sonet, and I think it is the same engine as this. Because the glow on the, Kia, yeah, it does not have a rear wash and wipe, so it is not a GT. Now, especially when talking about, look, the braking, yeah, perfect. The braking feel and feedback is absolutely golden. You do not really have a problem with that. Now, this is no honking zone. Brilliant. The horn is actually very good. The low speed torque, the low speed power delivery is good. Okay. Though if you want to really have that, you miss the turbo. This is a 1.2 naturally aspirated, so you need to push it around a little bit, which is of course natural in something that is an engine of this size. Everything else, talking about this car's maneuverability, the city maneuverability of this car is absolutely amazing. The turning radius is short, so that helps a lot. I think the seats could have been a little better, because I don't think this is the most comfortable seat I have ever experienced. Like, maybe it is due to the material, or I don't know what, but yeah, the seats are not as comfortable as I would like them to be. Or maybe that is because I have been used to a Honda City. Yeah, that is a first gen Isuzu D-Max. Nice. Okay, so yeah, talking about this car, the gear shifts are absolutely lovely. The clutch is light. It is free of drama. I think this is something you would not need a automatic version of. Oh no, we are stuck in a traffic jam. But yeah, even if you want to squeeze through now, like of course I do not have the space to do that, or it is not even recommended to do that. But yeah, the car is actually good. You do not have to shift gears very often. It does really do good for 1.2. Now of course when you compare this to the K12, this is no match to the K12 to be very honest, but in its own stride this engine is more comfort centric, so it does comfort very well. It is a very comfortable car, comfortable engine. Revving the nuts out of this engine is frankly useless because it is an 83 horsepower engine, so that is, I don't think, something which will take you places. So yeah, it's better to just be in the vibe of this car, and that is to just enjoy the comfort of it. The low speed comfort is not something you are going to enjoy though. Now in terms of its pricing, this was one of the higher priced cars of its segment when it was originally launched, but right now the price matches, to be very honest. And this is a mid-spec variant, HTK plus. It, to be very honest, for a mid variant, this is absolutely well equipped. All sort of features are available in this car. That is the Maruti Fronx, a strong contender to this car. But yeah, this car has its own vibe, and when you want to do quick overtakes, you have to encounter such people on the wrong side. But yeah, I mean, the performance of this car, to be very honest, is good. I don't know why the 1.2 is called underpowered. This is not underpowered at all. Now at higher speed, of course, this runs out of breath, because again this is a 1.2, you cannot push it a lot. But as a commuter engine, as a daily car, as a daily driver, this car is absolutely amazing. So if you want something which has a lot more features than anything else, if you want something that has a lot more features, a lot more comfort, not a lot of comfort, but a lot more street presence, a lot more street cred. Look, the steering returns back to its original position in no time. Yeah, no point in revving the nuts out of this engine. I'm going to stop the torture. Because it does not go anywhere. It is an 83 horsepower unit. Where are you going to push it? Just don't push it. Be relaxed. Push it into 5th gear and enjoy the refinement, the refined comfort of this car. The refinement, the maturity of this car. The horn of this car is actually very enjoyable. You know, people move out of your way. If this was in a bigger car, it would have been even better. And that is a Jimny, which by the way should have had this horn. That is a P. Okay, so concluding my short drive review of this car, what do I like about this car? Now I like the performance of it in the city. The city performance of this car I do really like a lot. I like its horn, I like its brakes, they are decent. What I would like to have improved in its future iterations would be the rear seat. It is not the most comfortable or the most spacious place out there, so I would want the 2024 variant to somehow sort that out. So in terms of improvements, I do not really think this car needs a lot of improvements except for the suspension. Now I'm going to head back to my car because yeah,